What's up, everybody? Welcome down to the MatCave. You found your way to MatCave Gaming and a random live stream. What's going on, everybody? We have retro gaming news. And I'm just learning a whole bunch of information about this just this evening. And I know some of this information broke, from what I can tell now, at least a couple of months ago. It started to get some information out there in the world, but not a ton. And now it looks like there's a whole lot of information out there, and I want to get into it tonight. I found a couple of articles I want to go through with you guys, and then we're going to do some digging a little further live. We're going to find out what the facts are, at least what the facts that we can tell are, that are out there so far. But we also have a very interesting announcement video that we're going to watch together from the very topic that we're going to talk about tonight, and that is the company Acclaim. Acclaim Entertainment, or now Acclaim Inc., was a game publisher back in the 90s. I believe they had some titles in the 80s as well, but I remember mostly 90s titles coming out on the Sega Genesis and the Super Nintendo and the Sega CD and the 32X and all that stuff. Tons of Acclaim games. Like, so many games that I played growing up. In that intro screen, it said Acclaim. And I've got a few of my favorites sitting right here. I just grabbed a bunch off the shelf, just pulling some off and everything. And we're going to talk about some of them tonight, but I'm very excited about this. When I think back to growing up, especially during the 16-bit era, Acclaim was one of those publisher names that I would see on so many of my favorite games. Games that I would go back to and play constantly, and games that I still play today. And this is just a handful of them right here, and we're going to talk about a few of these as well. But before we jump into all of the news and all the craziness that's going on here, let me say a quick hello to everybody. So far, I know this is an incredibly random stream. I just got the news as I was finishing up work tonight, and I was like, I gotta go live. I gotta go talk about this. So the Star Wars Obsession is here. What's up, dude? Blazerhawk, Darren, what's going on, dude? Good to see you, man. KH is here. Vanishing Golem, Leonardo Classic TMNT 1987. Let's go. That is one heck of a screen name right there. Laney, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. KH says, my TV is always ahead of my phone for some reason, hence why I use it for the stream and my phone for the chat. So yeah, you can't, I mean, there's no way to really do like live chat, or at least interact in the live chat on the TV, but you can bring it up on the screen. But yeah, depending on the devices and the YouTube app that you're using, things are kind of all over the place with placement. So I don't know why that is, but there's always a few seconds difference between a bunch of them. Ted, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. So yeah, this is something that, I wish I was more on top of things like this, in all honesty, and my goal is to be, but I know this is now aging news at this point, but it's something that I didn't expect to happen, and some of the people that are involved with it, at least one in particular that we're going to talk about, I'm very surprised about, and that's simply because I had no idea that this person had any involvement in the world of video games. So we're going to be diving into all of that. Yes, Acclaim was everywhere in the 90s. It was their logo, and it was all different types. You would see, like, you knew it when you saw it, but depending on the system, sometimes it would be a little animated, especially on the Sega CD titles, and there was a lot of cool stuff that happened with those. So just to give you an idea of some of the games that Acclaim brought to us, along with other developers and combination of things like that. I mean, we had, Mortal Kombat on, the home editions of Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat 2 on the Sega Genesis. Mortal Kombat 2 on the Sega 32X. One of my all-time favorites, Maximum Carnage. Guys, this was an Acclaim title. Spider-Man Maximum Carnage. This game is incredible and still one that I love to play to this day. And then some of my all-time favorites are iconic WWF wrestling games, like WrestleMania, the arcade game. I have it on the Super Nintendo. This was also available on the 32X. It was also on the PlayStation, and it was in arcades. Then we had Monday Night Raw on the 32X. It was also on the Genesis as well, and Super Nintendo. My favorite version is right here on the Sega 32X. Another iconic wrestling game, Royal Rumble. This, oh my god, between Rumble and Raw, these were my go-to favorite wrestling games. And then one that just blew my mind was Rage in the Cage on the Sega CD. This one I love because they had actual, like, live action footage in there. You could see the wrestler's special moves, and the roster was gigantic in this game. So, like, all of these iconic games were brought to us by Acclaim. And there's so many more. There are so many more. And one of the things I think I'll do, I'll pull up another tab as we get into the web browser and everything. We'll take a look at a list of just Acclaim games over the years, and we'll talk about them and, you know, kind of our memories of those. But let's get into the news itself. So let's change screens. Okay, guys. So the first thing we're going to do tonight, and I do need to change a setting so that you guys can actually hear it. So that'll definitely help if you can hear it. We're going to watch the little announcement video that Acclaim put out. At this point, it's listed as a day ago. And, yeah, we're gonna do this real quick. Just tell me real quick. I'm going to make it full screen, but just tell me, guys, do you hear this?
This is a new era.
Let me just make sure you guys hear it. Okay, I heard it coming up on there. So we're gonna watch this little announcement video made by Acclaim. This is on their YouTube channel. So we're gonna bring it back to the beginning. It's only 39 seconds long. So we're gonna play this. I'm gonna mute my mic while it goes so we don't get an echo. I don't have my headphones on or anything right now. But let's just take a look at this this transmission. The title is "Play Acclaim Transmission Received. A New Era is Coming." So let's check this out together, guys.
This is a new era. The future has arrived.
You mean you're building it already?
This is really exciting. So much to find out about.
Iconic games on those screens.
I'm quite dizzy with anticipation.
I want all of you boys to be able to look me straight in the eye one more time and say, "Are we having fun or what?"
I don't know the future. I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. I came here to tell you how it's going to begin.
September 10th, everybody. Okay. So, let's bring that back here. 9/10/2025. They're announcing something. They are bringing a whole bunch of information to our attention, apparently, during a showcase on September 10th, which is right around the corner at the time of this video, everybody. I can't wait to see what they reveal, to hear about what they reveal, what their plans are. I don't know how much information we're going to get that day. I don't know how long the showcase is going to be, but we have some information in some articles that we're going to take a look at, everybody. So let's head over. First one I'm going to go to. This is from a site, Time Extension. I love this site here. This article is from August 22nd. So this is from last week. What's up, Alan? Good to see you, man. So we're going to go through this article here first, and then I have two newer articles that seem to have a little bit more information from what I can tell. I just skimmed through these real quick, so we're going to really dive into it here. I just wanted to kind of get a baseline of what we got going on here, guys. So I'm going to go through these articles here with you guys, and let's see what we got going on. So this is an article by Jack Yarwood over on Time Extension. This was posted on Friday, August 22nd. Today is the 27th at the time of this video, and we got a couple of newer articles we'll do afterwards. So, in the news, revived game publisher Acclaim is teasing a big announcement for next week. Transmission incoming. And then they had the announcement video here. So let's see what we got here. If you cast your mind back to March, you might remember hearing that the game publisher Acclaim was being brought back from the dead with the help of the WWE legend Jeff Jarrett. That's who I was talking about earlier, that I had no idea had any involvement with any type of game development or anything like that. Jeff Jarrett, I remember watching him wrestle in the 90s. Heck, he was in some of the video games that I'm sure Acclaim put out. So, very interesting, and I want to try to find out what his involvement is with this. The news ended up making headlines both here and elsewhere, with a lot of people getting excited about what this could potentially mean for the iconic brand. However, since then, it should be said that we haven't really heard much regarding the future of the resurrected publisher, with fans simply being left to await the company's next move. So, and we should have some more information come September. That's going to be the big announcement officially from Acclaim. It now looks, though, as if the wait is about to come to an end, with Acclaim teasing via a video shared on its social media channels and in a press release that is going to make a big announcement next week regarding its future plans. This will apparently include a look at the first titles in its upcoming slate. Guys, new or returning IPs? I don't know. We're going to find out. Two Star Wars nerds, what's going on? It says, my bet is new Turok survival horror game or a classic style console with all the old games on it. God, I hope all of that. All of that. Give me all of that. Acclaim, in case you've somehow never heard of it, was a famous video game publisher that was formed in the late 80s by the businessmen Greg Fishbach, Robert Holmes, and Jim Skorupski, and became well known for releasing games like WWF WrestleMania, The Simpsons Bart vs. the Space Mutants, Terminator 2 Judgment Day, Turok, Dinosaur Hunter, NBA Jam, Burnout, and Mortal Kombat. I mean, this list right here. Just iconic games. Just absolutely insane. It eventually filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy in September 2004. However, after running into financial difficulties, which led to many of its most famous IPs being auctioned off to other companies. It's at this point you may be asking yourself, what does the new Acclaim own which it could potentially bring back? And that's a very good question. In fact, we even asked the new Acclaim owners that very question ourselves shortly after the announcement. Okay, here we go. At the time, the current CEO, Alex Joseph, told us, we want to focus on new, original IP from talented indie developers, but stated we certainly have relationships with stakeholders and access to many of the classic old-school titles from Acclaim. That's great news. He then continued, the emphasis will be on selecting those that we feel will do justice to the original game and elevate the Acclaim brand overall. Okay, this is sounding good so far. In other words, we still don't know exactly what classic games the company might actually be able to take advantage of going forward, with the publisher seemingly focusing first and foremost on an approach similar to the revived Microprose, which has recently been scooping up promising indies with a retro flair. The revival certainly has our interest, though, and we'll be sure to update you once more information is available. This is... Okay, and that's the end of that article here. So this is really exciting news. Their current CEO, Alex Joseph, I'm not familiar with him. It's cool that they want to dive into the world of indie developers, which is huge in the world of retro gaming. Think about so many titles that have been coming out over the last couple of years that look like retro games, but they're new. They look like they came right out of the 16-bit era or even the 32-bit era, and they just kind of got a new coat of paint on them, right? We've had the recent Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Rita's Rewind. We had the new Double Dragon game that was going on. We have the Ninja Turtles collections that came out, the Cowabunga collection. We got Shredder's Revenge. There's so many cool games. There is a Terminator 2 game coming out very, very soon, and I can't wait for that one. I already got it pre-ordered, and it looks like it was on the Sega Genesis or on the Super Nintendo. Retro gaming, the style of retro gaming, especially side-scrollers and beat-em-ups, arcade styles, that has made a huge comeback over the last few years, and I am psyched for it. So when you dive into the world of indie developers that go into these games with so much passion, these are games being made by true fans. And you can see the passion that goes into it. And sure, it's not going to be the biggest, most explosive game you've ever seen in your life, but you can tell that the developers cared. Think about how many, I guess call them AAA games, or the big popular games that come out on all these systems. They'll look like you're practically just watching a movie, but sometimes they fall flat, you know? Crazy graphics doesn't mean good game, right? Gameplay means good game. You know, making it fun. That's the whole idea. Gaming is fun. So let's get some more information here if we can. I've got two other articles here. Let's jump over to Push Square. This is pushsquare.com. This article came out yesterday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm assuming it is. And this is by Sammy Barker over at Push Square. The article is, remember Acclaim? Well, it's back in more than just POG form. And then they have the screenshots from the release that was on their site. If you played games in the 90s, then you'll remember Acclaim. The publisher's distinctive font and rainbow-colored logo is seared into our memories. It definitely is. It showed in front of literally hundreds of classic games, including the likes of NBA Jam, Mortal Kombat, Turok Dinosaur Hunter, and so many more. Yeah, it's unbelievable what the amount of games that they were involved with. Well, after filing for bankruptcy in 2004, the publisher's been resurrected, and it's plotting a live stream on the 10th of September from 11:30 a.m. Pacific Time to reveal a new lineup. Okay, we got a timestamp. If you're not sure what time in your country, you've got it here. So this is going to be 11:30 a.m. Pacific Time, 12:30 Mountain Time, 1:30 Central Time, and 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's going to be for me, 2:30 p.m. That day. That's when I'll be checking this out. And then we got all the time frames across the world here. It's unclear exactly what Acclaim is cooking, but it seems it's signed titles synonymous with the publisher's past. So expect arcade sports games and exciting 16-bit adventures. A few projects are actually teased in the trailer embedded above. We're not here to chase ghosts, explained the new Acclaim CEO Alex Joseph in a press release. We're here to take the energy and chaos that made Acclaim unforgettable and channel it into something new. The old screens are cracking, and what's coming through is something exciting and different. Interesting. The teaser trailer's blurb adds, "Blink and you might miss it. Hidden in the static behind the glow of CRT screens are the titles that will lay the foundation for this exciting new chapter for Acclaim." We're going to have to rewatch that video. This isn't nostalgia for its own sake, it's something else. A kind of retro future nostalgia, paying homage to and embracing the brand's unmistakable DNA and history while charting a bold new course into the future. We are definitely going to rewatch that video, everybody, and we're gonna freeze frame and we're gonna pause and take a look at that stuff. Well, we've loved many of Acclaim's games over the years, so we're excited to see what it's got cooking. We'll certainly be watching the live stream with intrigue. All right, and I got one more article here. I just want to see if it has any additional information, but then we're gonna jump back into this video and we're gonna look at it together. We're going to go frame by frame pretty much on that. So this last article here, this is by videogameschronicle.com. This was posted by Chris Scullion. This was also from yesterday, so around the same time as the article that we just went through. Iconic game publisher Acclaim marks its return with a showcase next month. The U.S. publisher has returned after going bankrupt 20 years ago. Let's see what we got here. Acclaim, the U.S. game publisher that enjoyed success in the 1990s, marks its return with a showcase presentation next month. It was announced back in March that Acclaim, which declared bankruptcy on September 1st, 2004, has been resurrected, led by CEO Alex Joseph, the former founder and CEO of Graffiti Games, Turnip Boy Comics Tax Evasion. I don't know what that's referring to, but anyways, formerly of Graffiti Games. That sounds familiar. I think I'm familiar with that company. Now, in a message posted on the resurrected publisher's X account, it's been announced that the showcase will take place on September 10th. Transmissions received, the message reads. Tune into the hashtag Play Acclaim showcase on September 10th, where we will begin this exciting new chapter for Acclaim. Join us at Acclaim's YouTube channel as we showcase the titles that will mark the beginning of a bold new era. We're not just back, we're leveling up. Oh, I like that quote right there. We're not just back, we're leveling up. Oh my God, I got chills just reading that one right there. Acclaim was perhaps best known for its licensed games, and one of the key aims of the new company is to resurrect and revitalize its beloved portfolio of classic IP enjoyed for years by millions of players. That's good news. In a statement, Joseph said, "We're not here to chase ghosts, we're here to take the energy and chaos that made Acclaim unforgettable and channel it into something new. The old screens are cracking, and what's coming through is something exciting and different." To accomplish this, an advisory board of esteemed industry leaders has been set up to shape the publisher's future, with board members including Russell Binder, founder partner of licensing and merchandising company Stryker Entertainment, Mark Kaplan, founder of business consultancy firm Bridge Partners, and wrestler and entrepreneur Jeff Jarrett. I want more information about how he's involved. Maybe we're getting it. Jarrett, who previously starred in Acclaim's WWF Attitude game, said, "For more than 3 decades, I've had the privilege to have been a part of both the wrestling and gaming universes, and I'm thrilled to now be a partner in the revival of Acclaim, an iconic publisher known for releasing some of the most legendary games of the 80s and 90s. Acclaim published around 300 games over the course of its original run, many of which were based on popular movies and TV shows. Notable hits included its WWF games, The Simpsons, Bart vs. the Space Mutants, Terminator 2, Alien 3, Turok, Dinosaur Hunter, South Park, and the home versions of such Midway series as Mortal Kombat and NBA Jam." And that's the end of that article there. So Jeff Jarrett has been involved with the gaming world for years. I had no idea. I had absolutely no idea. So let's do this. Let's get a little more information if we can. Jeff Jarrett. Hopefully he's not into something stupid that we're about to read a whole bunch of bad things. I haven't caught up with Jeff Jarrett in a very long time. But I just want to get a little bit of, I just want to try to get a little bit of background. Let's see, what's a good, what can we take a look at here for him? I mean, he's got his Wikipedia site, I guess. We could jump to that, huh? I could definitely zoom that in. Let me just see if there's anything about his gaming world. Let's see, other ventures. Let's see, Prospect Lee Springfield. I mean, it mentions in March this year about getting involved with Acclaim Entertainment. Let's see, he was part of TNA. Huh. Film, television. There's really nothing here about him being in the gaming world. But what did he say here? Let's see. Jeff Jarrett previously starred in Acclaims for more than 3 decades. I've had the privilege to have been part of both the wrestling and gaming universes. So for 30 years, he's been involved with the gaming world in some form. Maybe it was just being in the games, or being maybe a consultant for wrestling stuff or something like that. I'm sure there were TNA games, right? There had to have been. KH says, "I'm an indie developer and I've actually been sitting on an announcement." Really? Oh, well, whenever you're ready to reveal that would be awesome. He also bought LJN? Oh my God. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let's see. LJN. I mean, there's a bunch of Reddit stuff. Let's see. Victory at all costs. I mean, LJN was was tacked on to a whole bunch of games that Acclaim was also part of. Not anything in the lineup that I have sitting right here, but definitely other ones. Man, you'd see that LJN rainbow and just like, you know, like on like Jaws, for example, on NES. Man, which I was playing yesterday, actually. I want to beat that game. I've never beaten it, but I want to. Let's go back to the video, guys. I want to see what's hiding in this video. Let's jump back here, and I'm gonna pause a bunch, and we're gonna try to take a look here. Maybe I'll slow it down or something. I'm gonna bring the sound down a little bit. Let's see what we got here.
The future has arrived.
Let's see. So we got our blank screens here. It's all kicking in. Okay, I see Double Dragon. I see NBA Jam. Is that King of Fighters up here? Which boxing game was on the Genesis and Super Nintendo? We got Double Dragon. We got Mortal Kombat 2. NBA Jam. What is this on the top left? That's Terminator. We got Terminator 2 here. Which football game did they do? I don't remember which football game they did. Is that, That wasn't one of, like, the Joe Montana games, was it? Okay, so what do we got here? More Terminator 2, more NBA Jam, Double Dragon.
Really, so much to find out.
What do we got here? That's not NBA Jam. I'm not sure which one is. And what is this game? Dude with the cowboy hat here. That's still Terminator. That's still NBA Jam down there. That's still Double Dragon. What is this one? I don't know this one. Can anybody identify this? This left side? Lester, what's going on? They did Quarterback Club. Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you very much. There we go. Can anybody identify this game? I don't know what this is with this green background. The dude in the cowboy hat. Let's just say the announcement is tied to a game I recommend. There's so much excitement here, guys. Okay, I'm not sure what that is. Maybe we'll come back to that and see what we got going on. There's WWF Arcade, WrestleMania Arcade. That's a super fun game. What do we got here? Let me move this back a little bit here. Okay. This is this Narc? Is that Narc? That might be Narc right there. Did they do Narc? It looks like it. That's definitely WWF WrestleMania Arcade. That's more Mortal Kombat 2. I'm not sure which basketball game this is. We will pull up a list of Acclaim games, though. I just want to try to catch the screens as they change. I don't know what this is. I mean, it looks like it would be like a GTA game right there, but Acclaim wasn't involved with any of the old GTAs, right? Vieira, welcome to the stream. Mysticles, what's going on, dude? Yes, they did the home ports of Midway arcades. Yeah, that's why they were heavily involved with the Mortal Kombat games. I don't think they were involved with 3. Definitely 1 and 2. Let me grab 3 off the shelf real quick. Yeah, I don't think they were involved with 3. Williams Entertainment was. Because 3 went to a different... Like, Mortal Kombat 3 was pretty different from the other 2. And, geez, I don't even see Midway on here. I'm just trying to see who else has the rights on here. Trademarks of Midway. Okay, so have Midway mentioned in the trademarks. And was distributed by Williams Entertainment. Yeah, so they... And Sculptured Software. They did a lot of stuff on the Sega CD also. So, yeah, Acclaim is not on 3. But they were definitely involved with 1 and 2. So, Even still. Let's see. I don't know what this middle game is here on the in the middle. Let's see what else we can find. That's more Double Dragon. Could be a subsidiary. Oh yeah, that's a good point. What is this up here? Is that X-Men? No. What is that? Is that Quarterback Club over there? Let me back this up a little bit. Top right TV. I want to see what that is. That's not Flashback. What the heck is that? I don't know what that is. Looks interesting, though. Okay, we got some more games kicking in. Wait, go back. I don't know what this one is. Scotty, what's up, dude? I'm not sure what that top one is. Okay, what do we got here? Now, are these the new ones? No, that's Terminator 2 still. There's that guy with the cowboy hat again. I don't know what game this is. I have no idea what that is. I would feel like that character must be the recognizable one from it, but I don't know who it is. Now, which shooter is this? Is that Soldier of Fortune? A new era is coming. There's all the different logo styles.
I don't know the future. I didn't come here to tell
And it's
you
got
how this
Neo talking. Okay, this is something... Okay, these are new. Hold on, let's back it up. That was all old stuff right there. And then we've got...
I don't know.
We've got something new. Oh, where the cowboy is? Okay, you know what it is? Come back. Come back, cowboy. Here's one of it. On the left here. There's that little cowboy guy. Coming up is another scene where it's got like a green background. I don't know what this one is. So far, the bulk of this announcement video is their prior IPs. Which, the fact that they're showing them tells me that these are things that they have access to. Which is really interesting, specifically when it comes to Mortal Kombat. Because we're getting a massive Mortal Kombat collection coming out by Atari. So, I don't know if there's going to be any spillover with that. I've been looking at Atari's site, regarding that collection. Excuse me, regarding that collection. I even pre-ordered it. But I didn't see anything about Acclaim on there. So, I'm thinking stuff like this, and somebody mentioned it earlier in chat, that these older IPs will probably come out in some form of a collection, where a bunch of these games will be in one big collection, like an Acclaim Anniversary Collection or something like that. That's what I'm kind of thinking that these older ones will be. Especially the wrestling games, I would love to get back to those. Alright, I want to see what the new stuff is here that they're teasing. A new era is coming. Here we go. Okay, let's try to catch this. All the different versions of the logo.
I don't know the future.
Okay, we've got something new back here. Definitely a side scroller. That's all. Those aren't two screens. That's one. Okay, we've got a CRT sitting in front of a widescreen TV. It's that guy. Hold up. Wait a minute. It's that little dude right there. Okay, so they're still showing something old, but over here looks new, unless it's... Is this a remake or a sequel to whatever that game is? Because he looks better here. That definitely looks better than it did in the prior shots.
I didn't come here to tell you how
Oh, yeah, yeah. These are new. Look at the basketball game over here. And there's something in this top right corner. This almost looks like a... That looks like the graphic style that was in the Toe Jam and Earl remake. Let's see if we can get a clearer shot here. Look at that shark guy right there. It's got an animation style right there. So there it is, the cowboy hat guy. According to ChatGPT, it's Pokemon Yellow, 1985 NES. That's Pokemon? I mean, I'm not all that big into Pokemon, but I wouldn't think that was a Pokemon game. I've seen Pokemon games. They've never looked like anything like that. I don't know.
It's going to end.
Let's see. We've got the basketball game over here. I don't know what this is. Very cartoon-like. And I don't even see what character you'd be controlling in that.
I came here.
And there's that driving game, whatever it was. Oh, what do we got here?
To tell
Snowboarding. We got a snowboarding game here.
you how it's...
They didn't do Cool Boarders, right? That was a different company. And this right here, this basketball game, could this possibly be an NBA Jam remaster?
going to begin.
Look at that. That's cool. No, I think these are still showing of some of the older stuff, but I mean, this looks definitely newer. I mean, that could have been a PS2 game right there. And that's it. September 10th. So, I mean, there's a bunch being shown. I mean, it's a bunch of the same games. You know, realistically, it was only a handful of games shown on those screens there. Some big titles, definitely. I don't know. I don't think these ones at the end are new. I mean, it says restart, but these are the first ones they're going to go with? Like, this looks like revamped versions of their older stuff. Though the basketball game right here looks to be sticking with an 8-bit style, except it looks like it's a cleaned up 8-bit. So they're revamping whatever basketball game they did. They have a snowboarding game. I have no idea what this top left one is with the grass and these weird tree stumps with faces. I have no idea what that is. And up here, you're like some sort of ninja or something. So I have no idea what all four of these games are, but being that it's shown here on an HD TV and on the CRT it says restart, this is going to be our starting lineup right here. Black Dragon says maybe their showcase is updating games from the old CRT 4:3 ratios to their modern 16:9. Yeah, I think this is going to be a collection right here. They're showing all four of these games together. I'm thinking this is the first thing we see from the new Acclaim. I think we're going to get these four games cleaned up and redone in some form of a collection. And then it's going to start to move us in the direction of whatever their new IPs are that they're working with these indie developers. So it's really exciting. It's very, very exciting. And September 10th is going to be a great time for that. Let me see what day of the week is that going to be. September 10th is a Wednesday. Okay. All right. Man. I wonder if I should... I'm going to be off that day. I don't know what I got going on. Maybe I stream that. Interesting. All right, let's do this. Let's take a look at Acclaim Video Games. Can we just get a list of them? Games published. I hate Wikipedia. I hate going through Wikipedia. It's so hard to go through. Let me see if I can find a better way of looking at this. Play Acclaim. Whoa. Press restart. Okay, hold on a second. I'm blocking it with my camera right now, but it says press restart. From the golden age of gaming to today, Acclaim has been shaping the industry, publishing unforgettable games, pushing boundaries, and bringing players together. Acclaim's original mission continues today to support independent development studios in bringing their games to the widest possible audience. This is their site. The new old mission. The new Acclaim is founded by a passionate team of industry veterans with a focus on empowering developers and creators to bring their games to the widest possible audience. We provide funding and publishing services to video game developers, including production, PR, marketing support, distribution, and more. Why Acclaim? And then we have a whole bunch of things about their philosophy here. The playbook. Acclaim empowers developers with fearless marketing to deliver games to fans all over the globe. This is the evolution of the original Acclaim playbook. Partner with great game developers to bring their games to market, allowing them to focus on making great video game experiences for fans. All right, and then we've got games right here. Does this show us anything? What do we got going on here? Coming soon. Okay. Well, I'm going to be going ahead and adding that to my favorites. This will be a site that I will be keeping an eye on and revisiting this, because this is where we are going to get information. This is... oh my god, all the different logos. I love it. I wish they had a list of their prior games. These are all the same ones listed. No way. Their headquarters was in Glen Cove? That's insane. Okay. Papa Palpatine's Pizza Padawan. What's up, dude? Just keep the Cracker Barrel CEO away from Acclaim Studios. I've been hearing rumblings of whatever Cracker Barrel is doing. Apparently they pissed off a lot of people. Man. Oh my god, they give you all their fonts and everything. You could download this stuff? That's cool. Oh my god. I could use some of these elements for thumbnails. This site is definitely in the works. So there's going to be more to come from here. This is crazy. Wow. I really want to see a list. Acclaim video games from the 90s. Okay. What do we got here? Let me zoom in. How's that? Okay. We got Revolt. Can I put these in order? I mean, these aren't in any particular order here. But Turok, Shadow Man, I forgot about that game. They did Batman Forever. And then MK2, the South Park games, WWF Attitude, NBA Jam Tournament Edition, Crazy Taxi. Acclaim was involved with Crazy Taxi. Warzone, gotta love Warzone. I just picked that up just the other day on PS1, and I have it also on the N64. That's a fun wrestling game right there. I didn't realize they were involved with Crazy Taxi. That's cool. Double Dragon 3, NFL Quarterback Club. Yep, that's what we were talking about earlier. All-Star Baseball 99. Oh, they did the Punisher game on the Game Boy. Maximum Carnage we saw. NHL Breakaway. I remember that game. They did multiple of those. There was a Turok game on the Game Boy? Oh my god, I gotta find that. Cutthroat Island. Oh, Alien Trilogy. I had that on PS1. I got to add that back to my collection. Wow. They did Children of the Atom also? That's crazy. This is not the whole list. This is definitely not the whole list. Tesner World says they had Iron Sword, Wizards and Warriors 2, Wizards and Warriors in 1987, Bart's vs. Space Mutants, Maximum Carnage, Alien Trilogy. Yeah, they had... it was definitely not Pokemon Yellow. Yeah, I didn't think it was. That was definitely... that was weird. What's up, Stanley? It's good to see you, man. We are talking about Acclaim Entertainment making its comeback. Let's see if we can get Vex. I don't know that one. They did Burnout 2. I love the Burnout series. They were involved with the sequel to Echo the Dolphin. That's crazy. Wow. Why did Acclaim shut down? They went bankrupt. Acclaim faced significant financial difficulties in 2004, primarily due to poor sales of its video game titles, which I find really odd because they were a powerhouse. So, what happened? List of video games. Let's see. Groovy, filtered by publisher. You got a good list? Oh, here we go. So the Mortal Kombat games. Oh, they are listed for MK3. It's not on the case anywhere, though. So maybe it is. Maybe Williams is a subsidiary like you guys were talking about. Worms 3D. That was one of their last games. That was in 2004. One of the last ones they were involved with. Double Dragon 2. Riven. Wow. They were part of putting out Riven? That's the sequel to Myst. That's crazy. I had no idea that was the case. Ads everywhere. Hold on a second, guys. Sorry about that. Jeez. All these sites get just so cluttered. Dead or Alive 2? First Burnout. I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. A point-and-click adventure. That's really weird. Okay. Batman Forever. This was such a weird Batman game. The character models were all done up in the same style as Mortal Kombat, and they would move that way. Very, very similar to how when we played here on the channel, we played Sub-Zero Mythologies. How that moved around. It like moved like a fighting game, except it was a side-scroller. Very awkward to play. Very, very awkward. Perhaps they bought catalogs from fallen companies? Maybe. They might have. Double Dragon 3, Alien 3. I like this game. This game is tough. Every version of it. Every version of Alien 3 is really difficult. I first played it on the NES, and then there was like a Super Nintendo version, I believe on the Sega also. Actually, it's listed right here. Oh my god, Alien 3 was on everything. The Amiga, Commodore 64, Game Boy, NES, Sega Game Gear, Master System, the Genesis, and Super Nintendo. This is a cool site. Groovy.com, I gotta keep in mind. Dead or Alive, Krusty's Funhouse. Children of the Atom, Warzone. Oh, they did Separation Anxiety. Cool. Oh, that's cool. South Park Rally. I remember playing that. I played that on the N64. WWF Attitude. I just picked up that one also. Wizards and Warriors. I never played that game. WrestleMania Arcade is just so much fun. I did a video about WrestleMania, the arcade game. If you guys like WWF games, definitely check out that video as well. Terminator 2, the arcade game. I have the gun for it. Not the Super Scope, I forget the name of it, but I have the gun for the Genesis. Bust a Move. Oh my god, they did the Street Fighter the movie game. Oh god, that game is rough. That game is really rough. Royal Rumble, there it is. Man, Bart versus the World. They did the Dreamcast Echo the Dolphin game. That's crazy. Spider-Man versus Kingpin? That's a great game. I got that on the Sega CD. Great game. Oh, come on now. Get this out of here. Show me my games. Here we go. Forsaken. True Lies. I never played the True Lies video game. That was Narc that we saw in the, okay, that was Narc that we saw in their little announcement video. So that's cool. Maybe we get a re-release of Narc. Oh, WrestleMania. Did a video on this also way back when. Blah. Iron Sword, Headhunter, Vex. Oh, some of the Scooby-Doo games. Oh, Turok was on the N64. I have Turok 2. I don't think I have the first one. I gotta double check my N64 games. I started getting a bunch of them, and I lost track. I definitely have Turok 2 on the N64. It's a black cartridge. It's really cool, but I don't think I have the first one. I gotta double check. Super WrestleMania. That's a fun game. Oh my God. Wolverine Adamantium Rage. This game. Oh, was this the one that was also put out by LJN? There was a Wolverine game that was also by LJN. It might have been Acclaim as well. Maybe this is a different one. Maybe the other one was just called. Oh, I said I gotta find that about Turok. Oh, it was on Game Boy. I had no idea there was ever a Turok game on Game Boy. That's what I saw. Yeah, that kind of blew my mind. Wolverine, there was a game, it might have just been called Wolverine, and then maybe this one is different, Adamantium Rage, but either way, the one I'm thinking of was one of the worst games I ever played. You play as, obviously, Wolverine, but if you use his claws, it hurts you. It hurts, like you lose your health. If you keep your claws out, you'll die. It was the stupidest thing ever. WWF Raw, one of the best wrestling games in my opinion. You found them for $20 each? I didn't, oh no, yeah, it's fine. I'll take a look for it. I'll look it up. They were involved with 3D World Runner. Oh my God, this became, not that long ago, this became one of my new favorite games on the NES. Somebody had recommended it, I found it, played it, and I loved it. 3D World Runner, oh my God, great game on the NES. Absolutely fantastic. They did a Judge Dredd game, Time Command, oh my God, they were part of the Rambo game. That was also LJN, so they have a lot of ties to LJN titles. Oh boy. Rambo. Yeah, we played that together on stream, guys. That was a fun one. Dragon the Bruce Lee story. Did some of the tennis games on the Dreamcast. Yeah, because they closed up shop in 2004, so all the way through to the Dreamcast and even potentially the PS2, right? They can have stuff on there. The Demolition Man game. Airwolf. Oh my God, Crash Dummies. Test Crash Dummies. I had these. There was a cartoon of this. Remember those commercials back in the day, guys? The Crash Test Dummies? Why can't I say that? Those are around all the time. They made a Stargate game. Justice League. Another Batman and Robin game. They even got in on the ECW games. That's cool. Oh my God, BMX Triple X. We talked about this not that long ago during one of our members streams. We talked about this game when we got another BMX game in the unboxing for Video Games Monthly. We didn't get this game, and I will never stream that. Total Recall. Man, there's so many Legends of Wrestling. This is a game actually I'm looking for. My son wants this. He's building. He wants like every wrestling game, so this is one of them. I know there was Legends of Wrestling and Legends of Wrestling 2. Definitely on the GameCube. Oh, it was PS2 and Xbox also. So he's building his collection of WWF, WWE, WCW, AEW, all the stuff, all those games. He's building a massive collection of wrestling games. But man, This is why I was so excited to hear about the return of Acclaim, because just look at this list we're going through here, of games that just were incredible. And oh, this must have been the that must have been George Foreman's KO Boxing that we saw in the announcement trailer. We saw a boxing game. That's got to be it. But just so many iconic games. There's another Shadow Man, the Shadow Man sequel. Alias. I didn't realize they made a game of that show. Roger Clemens MVP Baseball. Bigfoot. I rented this. Oh my god, I remember that game. College Slam. Oh! This was probably the basketball game we saw on that screen also. It was most likely College Slam. Look at that. MK1 and 2 on the Game Boy. Oh my god, the handheld ports of Mortal Kombat are rough. Vanishing Point. I had that on Dreamcast. That was actually a pretty cool game. Knight Rider. That was on NES? I had a Knight Rider PC game that I can't run anymore. But it was a really fun game. Speaking of Knight Rider, Alan brought this up, right? Let me jump over to Discord real quick. Was it Alan? Yeah, it was Alan. Apparently there's a Knight Rider movie in the works, which is really exciting. So that's cool. Love Knight Rider. Absolutely great. Look at that Boba Fett with a bunch of alien stuff. That's weird. Oh man, there's some ECW games. Virtua Cop. All-Star Baseball. Beach Volleyball. Oh my goodness, we got a few more pages here. I want to take a look at these. I mean, just there's Quarterback Club. Just the list goes on and on. There's Legends of Wrestling 2. I mean, these are games that all of us have played at some point. Like, there's something on this list that we've looked at that I guarantee everybody in this chat right now has played at some point. Like, or at least seen it, or seen a friend play it, or something. You've been around these games. These are... This is so many. Another Judge Dredd. Oh, they made a game of The Crow. Showdown Legends of Wrestling. Oh, wow, that must have been the third one there. What's up, Spidey? Oh, I just found this site while we were streaming here, so we're looking at it. I've never gone to this site before, so this is pretty cool. I've been looking through it. Star Voyager, we got this on NES in a Video Games Monthly unboxing. Really fun space shooter. More of like a strategy game too. You gotta put some time into that one. You have an account on here and you do game reviews? Okay, you're gonna need to talk to me more about that over in Discord, please. I want to know what's up with that, and I want to check out your reviews. There was a few Quarterback Club games. There's another George Foreman boxing game. Dragonheart. Oh my god, I love that first movie. I know it's so cheesy, but I love that first movie. Sean Connery as Draco. Some golf games, some more BMX games. He even did some of these Mary-Kate and Ashley games. There's some PS2 titles like we were talking about. There's Rage in the Cage. Love that. Got 2 more pages here. Man. I mean, could you imagine just so many of these games coming out in a collection? I think this would do well. We're getting into some stranger, lesser-known titles here as we get to the end of the list. But still, all those BMX games, the tennis games, the soccer games, NFL Quarterback Club, multiple entries in that. Say what you will, but the Mary-Kate and Ashley games were popular and they sold. So, still a big one. Monster Truck. Popeye. Wow. More soccer games, more Mary-Kate and Ashley. All right, let's see what's on this last page. HBO Boxing. Ants. I remember that movie. Yeah, we're getting into... Yeah, that was it. We got into some weirder ones there at the end. The debt acquired from the acquisition of LJN apparently was the downfall in 2004. Oh my god. So, hold on a second. They invested into LJN, and LJN took them down. I don't know. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Oh my god. Okay, guys. Wow. Let me move this over here. Yeah, I can't help but laugh at that. I'm sorry. That's kind of funny. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. I can't believe Acclaim Entertainment is coming back. I mean, just looking at that logo, I mean, when you see that right down there, when you see that logo on a game, like, you knew, like, you were in for something good. I mean, of course, Mortal Kombat 2. You know you're going to have good. That was something that I would look for when picking out a game at a video rental store, you know? You're going to rent the game for the weekend. You want to try to get something that you know you're going to have fun with. And Acclaim very rarely let me down. So I'm very excited. September 10th, 2025, at the time of this video, is right around the corner. And I'm very excited for it. Depending on what I got going on that day, I will try to stream the reveal of whatever they're doing. Or at least get a video together to put out that same day. I do want to go into this topic further with all of you guys once we have more information. I'm hoping that it's more than just a tease, but it very well just could be. Like, you know how a lot of things, some of these announcements with stuff, we get very little information depending on what it is. I'm hoping for more than just a tease. I would like to get some pretty concrete information. Black Dragon, dude, let's go. Just left you the links in Discord. Oh my god, this guy lately has been like single-handedly increasing my game collection and funding it. Oh my god, dude, you didn't have to do that. You really didn't, but thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it, man. That is awesome. I will check the links. That's fantastic. Thank you so much, dude. Coming in with a $50 super chat, man. You're the best, man. You guys are amazing. I got the... We haven't used it yet. We're itching to use it. We haven't used the activator yet. I got the box over there. Everything. I checked it. I did open it. Made sure everything was in there. Everything is super good. Everything is good to go in there. We just haven't used it yet. So, but I got some time off coming up, and I plan on getting that together so that the kids can have a whole bunch of fun with it. I just want to make sure it's set up nice for them, and you know, safely and everything, because you got to literally like punch and kick and all this stuff. So, but it will be used very, very soon, very, very soon, and I have you to thank for that, Black Dragon. So, guys, this is exciting times. When you know, we talk about it here on the channel all the time. Keeping retro gaming alive is very, very important. It is something that I try to do with the limited resources that I have. But as you can see, there's plenty of people that are out there also trying to keep retro gaming alive. In fact, we have indie developers, publishers, and everything coming back and retro gaming is making such a huge comeback right now in such a crazy way. So many of the best modern games that have come out recently are a retro style. Think back just a few years ago when that game Cuphead came out. Amazing. Retro in so many ways, by the way. Not just gameplay style, but the animation style looked like old school, like 1930s Disney cartoons. I mean, that game took retro gaming to a whole other level. And it's one of the most popular games that has come out in recent years. So, the fact that people are still looking for this stuff and are willing to buy games like this now is is a huge, huge thing. Yes, absolutely. You can always reach out to me on Discord. Absolutely. Yes, the new Terminator 2 side-scroller game looks incredible. So far, just from what I've seen of that, honestly, that may be my game of the year. Like, that looks amazing. I can't wait to play that. We're going to be streaming that, by the way. That Terminator 2 game, we're going all the way through that game, guys. That's a live stream game. That is definitely happening. I can't wait for that. It's going to be incredible. Black Dragon, I see the links you sent me, man. Dude, oh my God, you find this stuff like crazy, man. That is awesome. Thank you, dude. I appreciate it. Oh, Spidey, you got your thing for Groovy. Awesome. I will check that out after the stream. I want to take a look at that. That's super cool. I had no idea that was a thing. So the site looks really cool. I like that a lot. That's awesome. And the fact that you can actually make reviews and everything on there, that's super cool. I'm going to be going through your reviews, dude. Oh, is that the Steam link for the Terminator game? It looks so good. I've got it pre-ordered. I can't wait, man. I pre-ordered it for the PS5 and the Switch, so that I can, with games like that, I want to do what I can to help support it as much as possible, while at the same time just being able to play it any way that I want. Because yeah, I love using the PS5, but sometimes I want to be in handheld and having games on both, like on the Switch. It's a great way to do it. So it's kind of like Facebook for gamers. I got to look through more of that Groovy site. That is awesome. That site is groovy. That's cool. Hey, man, I learn something new every day. I love it. But that's going to do it for this stream, guys. If you're catching this on the replay, let me know down in the comments, what do you think about the return of Acclaim Entertainment? What are your memories of that publisher? What are your memories of the games from the 80s, 90s, and even the early 2000s? Are these games that you grew up with, or are these games that you're just finding now? We're in for some great things. I can't wait for September 10th to go over the reveal and see what they have planned for us. And there's definitely people out there doing exactly what we say here, everybody, is remember, keep retro gaming alive, because one day your games will be retro too. Whew. This is awesome, guys. I will catch you guys tomorrow night.